I
told him, I said, you guys can watch me. I don't care. You can walk down the street with me. But you're not going to catch me doing anything.
Can I tell you, there's no doubt this guy's a monster if you look at his rap sheet. Now he's roaming the streets of Seattle. Of course, the big question we all have is how did Michael Stanley, this convicted sexual predator, even escape the Canadian justice system and get into the U.S.? Well, here's what he told Cairo, the affiliate there in Seattle. He said, quote, "They pulled me, they shackled me, they checked the warrant and said BC didn't want to act on it because it was an Alberta provincial warrant. And then they said if they're not acting on it, you're free there. So you don't have no warrants in America, you're free to go." Now, we did reach out to the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol to verify Stanley's story. They said they can't comment due to privacy laws. So, I mean, someone did not do something.
Something smells funny. How do you come into the United States when there is a warrant for you somewhere?
He cut off his ankle bracelet.
You cut off your ankle bracelet, and you are a violent sexual predator. At least that's what his record suggests. Something went wrong at the border, and I suspect that's why it's private.
And also, why are we believing this man? I mean, when somebody is a predator and violent towards children, they're known to lie. It's a compulsion. It's something that they can't help but do. It's almost like breathing for everybody else. This is a very unfortunate situation, and what I would suggest is that we find a way to get him back to Canada. It's Canada's problem. They need to deal with him. He's not an American citizen. Let's deport him.
He is. Yeah, he is. Actually,
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he is an American citizen. He actually spent part of his childhood in Seattle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and
what a shame.
And he committed lots of crimes, Robbie, before even moving to Canada. So, you know, he did his thing here and then, you know, hauls ass over to Canada, does the same thing. And apparently he told Cairo that since he's been back in the States, that this media coverage has prevented him from getting a fresh start. So I guess we're all supposed to feel sorry for him now. He says, all they've been doing is belittling me, shafting me, making me look like I'm some kind of menace, some creep, some pedophile, some guy that didn't deserve to be out in the community. I mean, come on now.
Listen, I'm all about giving someone a second chance, but this guy's had second, third, fourth chances.
He's had 48
and
chances.
everything he's done so far is
now is the time to
compulsive.
react, because if he attacks your family member next, you're going to say, wait a minute, why didn't anyone do anything?
Seattle needs to be on alert, bottom line, and I would trust the Seattle police. They're keeping their eye on it. Look, if a reporter can track him down on the streets, everybody needs to know. Now, a parole board in Canada noted that Stanley has never participated also in any program that might reduce his risk to reoffend. He'd only taken limited responsibility for his actions. So, you know, legally, can anybody make him go into a program now? I mean, Charles, do you know or no?
Not at this
Tanya?
point. Legally, they are very limited in terms of what they can do. Like I said before, there is a civil commitment mechanism that they have there in the state of Washington, but it takes some time. Apparently, they don't have all the records to do it, but that's it.
Well, Alberta's official opposition, Wild Rose Party, has called the government's actions, quote, morally reprehensible and demanded that the province's justice minister now get involved and get Stanley back. Interesting. We'll follow it. Well, Mom in Mourning plans a special memorial for her 28-year-old